Hi, my name is Chris Berry, and we are going to go over basic technique for most styles of hand drumming, especially the djembe. So, first of all, you want to find yourself a drum that I usually say the smallest sort of drum head that you want to have should be 11 inches across. This is a very large drum head, but 11 inches, just so that when you put your hand in the middle of the drum, you have at least an inch around your hand. So that will allow you to make all the sounds that you need on that drum. So that's number one, is getting the right size drum. A lot of people try to play djembe on a very, very small drum, which sounds cool, but you cannot get all of those correct sounds out of a drum that's too small for you. So first off, is finding the right drum, right size drum. Some people prefer to use cow skin or goat skin. This drum is cow skin. I prefer cow skin. It lasts longer and gives me more of a tone. But the goat skin has a more a thinner sound, a crack, a more of a slap than a tone, and it's just basically preference as to what kind of skin you want to use. So anyway, to begin, you always want to find a seat that where I like to find a seat where my knees are never above my waist. So it's better to be up above your drum than too low. So this, as you can see, the bench I'm on is perfect for me because my knee is pretty straight here. So, and you always want to sit on the edge of your seat. You never want to kick back in your chair to play. You want to play up and ready to go, up attentive, let your energy flow with straight posture, yeah? So I always basically just sit on the very edge of my seat if I can, where I feel comfortable. I get a nice straight posture, comfortable, and then what I do is I take my drum, sitting flat on the ground to begin with. You sit flat on the ground, pull it all the way in so that it comes right between your legs like this and is sitting flat on the ground. Then with your hands upturned like this, you want to grab the back, the rim of the drum, and you just literally want to lift up. And your drum is going to tilt just like that and put it down. That's your natural tilt of your drum, and your legs just simply come like this, holding that balanced position. A lot of time people will have their drum too far down. That's too much weight. Your legs are trying to balance your drum the whole time. If you simply come here, lift the back, let it tilt a little bit, and close in, the drum's at a pretty balanced position. You're just holding it in that balanced position. So this is the correct posture here. Just slight pressure. You shouldn't have to be squeezing very tight with your leg. You're just helping the drum to remain balanced, yeah? Next, we take our arms. We dangle them by our sides, straight up and down. Get my posture straight. I dangle my arms here, very relaxed. And from this position, this relaxed position, if you swing your arms up, watch this. I swing my arms up and I'm going to land them on my drum like this, okay? And when I land them in that relaxed position, what I'm aiming to do is this line here on my hand. I'm not sure if you can see this. I think they call this the love line. Is the lifeline or the love line? I'm not sure. It's the line that goes from in between normally the index finger and the middle finger and comes down the side of your hand. And it ends hopefully over here at the side of your hand. That line is almost your perfect map as to where your hand wants to be on the drum. So I take that line, I put it here so I can line it up with the rim of my drum. I'm seeing the line and the rim of the drum in perfect alignment here. And I simply go like this. And there I have the perfect position, my basic position of how I want my hand on the drum. So again, from here, swing up. And when I swing up, you'll see my hands create almost a triangle shape, okay? So that's the natural position. Some people play too straight here or too curved, but no, if you're playing in the right position, when you look down at your hands, you're going to see this shape. It's not an exact triangle. It could be more like this, but you're still gonna get that triangle shape, yeah? So again, swing up, there, check my lines, I'm here. Now, I am in the position to play the drum, okay? Again, my posture is straight. My knees are not struggling to hold the drum. I have an opening. You'll find some people who are just beginning to play will oftentimes play the drum flat. There's no sound. You have to have, the drum has to breathe on the bottom. So again, slight tilt, the drum has to breathe on the bottom, but not too much again, just right in the middle. And here, straight posture, arms in the right position. Now I'm ready to rock, okay? So once we get in the right posture, the djembe and most hand drums, most all hand drums, African hand drums for sure, have 3 basic sounds. Now, there are actually 19 sounds that I know on this drum, and even a few more than 19, but 19 very different sounds. But we always start with 3, and most all rhythms can be played with those 3 sounds. So those 3 sounds are the bass, the tone, and the slap. Okay? So those are the 3 basic sounds, and how we make those sounds is like this. For the bass, my hand is flat. You see? Flat, and my fingers are together. Okay? And in a very relaxed motion, bouncing off the drum, I strike right in the middle. Flat-handed, not here, not here. Flat hand, every part of my hand is hitting at the same time. Bass, 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 bass. Okay? When we come now to the second sound, what we call the tone, again, I want to check to make sure my hand is in the right position with the line. This line here on my hand that most every human has, hopefully, is lined up with my drum. Again, for the tone, my fingers are closed. Yeah? Fingers are closed and flat. Okay? So with here and with my line here, I hit the drum again with the fingers closed and straight. Not videoing.
It's not recording. What happened? Oh, 07, it popped. Oh no, it is videoing.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
Good. You're still videoing. Good. All right. I was like, oh no, I just did all that. Okay. So here, again, the tone, bouncing. The idea of the tone is that I'm letting the drum ring. Same with the bass. I'm letting this drum speak. I'm letting with the tone. It's ringing. It's a tone. Okay? So fingers together, relaxed. There we go. Now we come to the slap. The idea behind the slap is I'm actually not letting the drum ring. I'm actually closing the sound off from the drum. And so I do that like this. So tone. Slap. Okay? So what I do with the slap is now I let my fingers spread apart just a little bit. Right? So instead of having this flat, straight hand with the fingers closed, I let my fingers open, just slightly like this. And there's actually, now instead of being flat, I have a curve, a slight curve in my hand. Not too much. A lot of people can get into a bad habit of getting too much curve, but you can relax your hand and let it take a natural shape of a curve. And when I strike the drum, instead of bouncing off, I'm going to do an action of grabbing. So I grab, 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 grab. Okay? So I'm actually trying to stop the vibration of the drum. So I quicken the vibration by holding it, yeah? Whereas my tone again, I'm letting the drum ring. Okay? So those are the 3 basic sounds that you want to be able to learn on the djembe. And my favorite exercise or practice technique for this is simply to do two of each in succession. So we would go bass, 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 bass,
You always have an extra snare. That's what I like.
And you go as slow as you need to. Just the most important thing is to get these sounds so that they are all differentiated, right? So I can tell basically the level of a drummer just by hearing the differentiation in their tone and their slap and their bass. So what you're really going for is that each of those sounds sounds clear and very different from the other. You don't want you want yeah, and the better that you get at that, you can get it going faster. On and on, right? So this is the basic technique of how you begin